Alright, right before I get into everything I want to get into, allow me from the previous 7 days to tell you what the date is. Today is July 19th. If I had to guess, it's July 20th. Lock it in. July 21st. Today is July 22nd. Today is July 23rd. July 24th. Today is July 25th. Alright, let's break it down. I'm really about to blow your absolute mind. Get ready. Before me, I have a bunch of things that I must do. So I must do them, and I do them, and that is how they get done. But allow me to explain. My name is Jack Kadis, and this is my video you might be watching because you subscribed from last video. According to my YouTube analytics, I gained 1 new subscriber from yesterday's video. The 10-minute one. This video. Not like this video, like this exact video, like this style of video. It was called I Can't Stop, and I was about New York City, kind of. So, yeah, basically, if that's you, what's up? My name's Jack. If you're watching this video again from yesterday, but it's today, hi. Today, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to talk about. Definitely going to talk about something. Definitely not going to talk about other things. But at the end of the day, I will have made a video, and you will have watched it, maybe. One thing that can't keep happening is I can't keep going over the talking limit. So those of you that don't understand, I have a 5-second limit. And that's just how I record these clips. It's for engagement. And it's probably, you probably understand. Because, what I've learned I started off as a YouTube viewer. I was a YouTube viewer from the age of like 11 or 12 all the way up until 21. So that's a decade of YouTube viewing. A decade! And now I'm in my first actual year of YouTube making. And one thing that I know for certain is the version of me that was just a YouTube viewer knew way more than me now. Because me now does not have a decade of experience. And you watching this probably has something close to that. So, as we continue, keep an ear out, keep an eye out, and if you just so might, leave a comment and let me know how you think the video is. Do you think I'm doing a good job of talking? Do you think it's done in an engaging way? Do you like the B-roll? All that. Because I'm gonna keep on going until there's no going to be gone left. And I will be dead. Just kidding, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm pretty tired. At the end of all this, I'll be going to bed, and I really honestly can't wait to go to bed. I'm excited for it. But, yeah, as I'm looking at my YouTube dashboard right now, I think we're on like a 7-video streak where I've gotten at least 1 comment per video. That's pretty awesome, because the comments kind of let you know that actually you do exist, and you're not just talking to the void. In today's Keeping It Real episode, I talked about a lot of stuff. In today's Keeping It Real episode, we split the episode up into 3 different segments. In today's Keeping It Real episode, the first segment was where I obviously try my best to keep it real. And the Keeping It Real segment, the first segment of this episode of Keeping It Real, is kind of the chance to be vulnerable. You have to kind of like put your heart out there and really think about what it means to be you and what it actually means to be vulnerable. And I ended up talking about a lot of stuff. Who I see myself as a person, how I see myself as a person. But, I kind of got pretty down on myself, if I have to be honest. I was kind of getting pretty down on myself. But I ended up swapping to the next segment, and the next segment of this episode of Keeping It Real was social media is changing. Now, like the previous 2 episodes, this middle segment where I comment on real world events actually ends up being the title for the episode. So if you're interested in watching this episode, it's titled Keeping It Real 210 Social Media is Changing. And in this segment I kind of take a very broad approach, and I stretch my time span out of what I'm talking about. I'm kind of looking at the problem more from a what will become rather than what has became. And it's a pretty good, I think, take. You'll have to watch it and let me know what you think, obviously. But, continuing on, our final segment is where I get philosophical. So, in today's final segment of this episode of Keeping It Real, and it's funny that I'm talking about this here on this vlog. Also, I've kind of just realized I don't have any sort of name or anything for this vlog series. I'm wondering, should I name this vlog series? Maybe. I actually have a playlist not for this whole entirety vlog series, but since I've started making this sort of format. Right now, that playlist is called Engagement Oriented, but if I were to have to come up with a name, maybe I could come up with it right now? I don't know. I'll try and spitball that as we go here, and I'll get back to what I was saying. In the final segment, where we get a little bit philosophical, I end up talking about my coworker and my shift at work. And I think that chat actually left the episode off on a pretty good note, and I'm pretty proud of the episode, and I honestly would recommend you go watch it. I promise you I wouldn't point you towards anything that I didn't actually believe in. So seriously, watch it, let me know what you think. But continuing on, what shall we call this new, as my playlist says, engagement-oriented style? Well, you know, we could call it lots of things. We could call it, I don't know what we could call it. It's kind of tricky. I think it would be good to call it something like the Jack Kadis Show. Because, you know, I have Keeping It Real, and I've been thinking about how Season 2 of Keeping It Real is coming up on the 365 day. I'm going to go to Volume 2. We're going to go to Volume 2 because Spotify has the ability to label what volume your podcast is in. And so far, all my episodes, I've just been putting Volume 1, but I feel like it'd be nice to eventually move on to Volume 2. So, Volume 2 has kind of been like my target area for a rebrand, so to speak, changing Keeping It Real to the Jack Kadis Show. But now that we're here talking about this, which, you know, this is just show, the Jack Kadis Show sounded pretty good. I think that, honestly, the Jack Kadis Show has a nice ring to it. My favorite part about the name The Jack Kadis Show has got to be that it's not really a name. It's just kind of a cop-out. It's just my name. And starting this YouTube stuff, I'm gravitating towards the truth of I have to be seriously, like, in your face. Because if I'm not here, then what is unique about it? I know the things I say aren't unique, the things I do aren't unique, but at least I'm unique. So if it wasn't me, then how would you know this is anything worth paying attention to? Anything different, anything like that? You know, I'm actually looking at my screen, and the Israel-Palestine episode got 50 views. It's pretty good. It could in part be, of course, because I titled the episode Israel and Palestine, but it was a topic that I covered. So, how would I go about calling this the Jack Kadis Show? I think it would probably be, you know, as simple as just calling it the Jack Kadis Show. So I would call it the Jack Kadis Show. It's that simple. Would I include the Jack Kadis Show in the title? I could, because I include Keeping It Real in the title of my Keeping It Real episodes. Interesting. Yeah, I might actually do that. So this is, I guess, would be the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 6th or something episode of the Jack Kadis Show. So you could see you could see my thought process here, right? Also, you could probably see like that I have no plan. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just go frame by frame, scene by scene. I just had an idea. So I also put out a lot of short form stuff, and I'm very happy to say that it is no longer my primary thing. And when I say primary thing, I just mean the thing that I spend the most time on each day. I guess there was always Keeping It Real. But I don't know, as I go on with the social media stuff, it's very much like, what is important and what am I doing? And I've always very much wanted landscape mode. Because I feel like with this format of social media, you know, a YouTube video that's this way instead of this way, you are much more in control of it. It's like you as a viewer consciously chose to click this thumbnail and sit through this video. And that's in comparison to, and I'm sure you kind of get the picture of what I'm saying right now, when you're scrolling and you come across something, the algorithm chose it for you. And I know the algorithm chose the thumbnail, but it's just kind of like to be honest, it's just kind of like a small preference of a guy that's just grown up watching YouTube videos like this. And it's like, preferences make the thing, you know? The guy from Nike preferred a swoosh logo, and there it was. So as I continue this video, we head towards the end like usual, and I think back on everything I've said. And I think, has this been a good video? Have I been entertaining? And I never know the answer. I never know how to figure that out. But I do know at the very least that I'm more engaging than I would be if it was just a 10-minute continuous clip. And I guess I want to be engaging. I guess I'm at the point in my hobby, career, YouTube channel where I want to try. And maybe that's just a phase, who knows, but the way I see it, I'm always trying to go to the next thing. So this became the next thing, and I wonder what tomorrow's next thing might look like. To the right of me is a lamp with no lampshade. That's how I light these videos. You'll notice a big stack of books here. This stack actually starts at the ground and it's taller than me. But I gotta lock in. I keep on making these clips longer than 5 seconds, and if that's the case, we're gonna go way over. I guess there is no over, there's just an under, and I can't be under 10 minutes. My name is Jack Kadis, and I am pretty tired. Sleep is approaching. I'll be in bed in no time. I can't wait for it. Before I get in bed, to be honest, I'm probably going to snack on some snacks that I got. I've been shaving some things that I can eat. I really would like to eat them because I love to eat. Eating is my favorite thing ever. But tomorrow I have to run 10 miles at a 14-minute-a-mile pace. I talk about running 10 miles at a 14-minute-a-mile pace tomorrow on Keeping It Real Today. But Keeping It Real Today will come out tomorrow at 8:15 a.m. July 27th. Man, I could not tell you how excited I am to go home and see my family. There is just a small thing though. I'm kind of wondering how I can do what I do here on just my laptop. I think I can. I think it's possible. Just a little bit scared because it's like, I don't know. So maybe I'll run my laptops by the laptop place tomorrow. I don't know. There's never any time, I feel like. Do you ever feel like there's never any time? Sometimes I feel like maybe I'm alone and feeling like there's not any time, but I know everyone else feels that way. I'm excited for a time when like I'm surrounded by people that do this same thing that I do, because this is a very weird thing to do. So imagine, will you, if all of my like coworkers, colleagues also made videos and were online personalities. How cool would that be? I'm working towards it. Might take a while, but I am working towards it. I continue to mark things, do things, think things, say things, and that's me. I make the video, I make the next video, I make the next video, then I make the video after the next video, and then on to the next video. You know, one might ask the question, Jack, are you ever gonna make the next video? To which I reply, of course, already on it, already done, already completed. Check out my hair right now, man. It's very like Justin Bieber bowl cut. I really need a haircut. And I plan to get a haircut. I'm so excited to go home. I want to get my hair cut and look all nice and clean before I get in the car with my dad to drive home. So that's going to be Monday. Not today, which is Sunday, but Monday. Tomorrow morning. Very excited. So, as we move toward the end of this video, what do I need to say? Well, I'm never going to get another one of these videos. There's only one video that I get to make on this day. After this day ends, I never get it back. So I want to be meaningful. What do I want to leave you off with? What do I want to say? I think that you should treat others how you wish to be treated and really live by that. I think you should do things, not do more, not think less, just do things. I think that you should enjoy what you've got. Really. Maybe give a hug to a loved one or a kiss to a partner. Get some good sleep tonight. I was at a house earlier and I had the option to go downtown and party, but I chose to make this video. And that's just because I knew I would have had a good time either way, but I wanted to make this video. So with me going one clip over, I say to you, good night, see you tomorrow.